Good afternoon, this is Steve with Born Again Torinos. I figured out why my videos have been shutting off at just almost 10 minutes. And my camera has a limit of almost 10 minutes. So I'll have to be speedier and talk shorter and try and get in everything we want to talk about. Thank you, wind chime. I pulled it out here so you could see it a little better. Plus I was working on it. I was stitching the headliner, which had come apart, and some of the seams. This came from the high desert of eastern Oregon and spent some time in Idaho. So it got a little crispy, a little dry. That's why the dash is cracked. That's why the back of the seats are kind of cracked. But I'll show you what I did. Now it had come apart at the seam here, and I stitched it from here to here. It's about maybe a foot, might be 12 inches, and it just came apart. The stitching got dry, brittle, and it came apart. I hand stitched it with a curved needle, and then I sprayed it with my Duplicolor vinyl paint, which I do all the interiors with if they're not black, just to kind of show you how well it does. And this is not a permanent fix. It could be if you wanted it to be, but most people would want to replace the headliner. But this prevents you from having to rip out the headliner till you get a new headliner. At least this way you've got it tucked away. A lot of people don't look at the headliner, so at least it would be up and black and hard to see. And believe it or not, this little 12-inch area was 5 feet of nylon. It's like fishing line. It's for sewing. That's how much it took to do that. The worst one actually had a rip. It was in the back. I showed you on the initial video, and that's it, because it shrunk. It shrunk and it ripped, and it was flapping in the wind. And at least this way it's down, but it's hideous, but it's better than it was. And you can see that the dryness also affected the sail panel, and you can see some stitching over there wanting to come free, but I pushed on it and it seems to be holding fine. And then, since I'm taking out the interior probably tomorrow, and when I move the seat forward and back, the previous owner didn't bother to bolt the seat down all the way, so it was binding and jamming as I was trying to move the seat, because he didn't bolt it down. I think it's, yeah, in the front isn't even bolted. And here it has nice black factory seat belts, but again, he took the covers off. We have one, but I think it's broken. Yeah, you can see what's broken off here because it's riveted to it, to this frame. So I have a pair, and they will work. They're fine. I'll show it to you. I was pulling on the seatbelt to see if it would work, and it pulled right out. He didn't even bother to bolt the seatbelts in. So this is what you can expect. And there's good cars out there. Like, this is a good car. It's just the guy had his priorities out of whack, I think. You know, what was important and what wasn't important. So it's coming out anyway. I'll show you the seat belts I have. I'm at 5 minutes, by the way. It's going to shut off soon. Here's a set I have, and it's all complete, works great. I don't have, what am I missing here? Oh, they're a little frayed, and they're red, so they would have to be sprayed. So at least it would be factory correct. I'll talk to Glenn and see what he wants done. And it was a little dark when I was showing you the trunk the other day, so at least this way you can see it better. No, I guess it's only been 4 minutes and 43 seconds so far, so we're all right. Yeah, I think that's better than that dark video in the shop. So this will all be coming out, and that'll be the next video because this is going to be jammed. And I'll get a chance to see what's under the floors here, under the carpet, because he put new carpet in. Sadly it's green, but we'll see. From underneath it looks perfect. I don't see one flaw in the floors when I crawl into the car. So I'm very pleased with that. And then once the interior is done, we're going to tackle the body, which when I pull the interior out, before I put it back in, I'll be able to get behind this. And I'll be able to work it from behind. I'm hoping I can see it and get to it. Other than that, if I can't, then I'm going to have to weld onto it and pull with rods. Alright, we're at, what is that? That must be a countdown timer. Now it says 3 minutes 31 seconds. That's probably till it shuts off. So, that's it on the car. I've had some guys say that they asked about the garden, so I'll just quickly go over here. We have 4 greenhouses. My wife's the tomato lady. We grow 8,000 tomato plants, 179 varieties of tomato plants, 1,500 peppers, about 50 varieties of peppers, oh, or more. And I have here the world's 3 hottest currently. This is the ghost pepper, the Trinidad scorpion, and the Carolina reaper. And this is if you know Scoville units, this is 1 million, 1.2 million, and 1.5 million Scoville units. So they're super hot. And then tomatoes, these are my cages, and we just have our favorites and some new ones in here. This is a black cap. It grows thousands and thousands of these giant black raspberries. It's called the black cap. And there's just some sweet peppers in here. And then the typical other veggies. And this is our seating area and fire pit, made out of 1/4-inch plate steel. Really cool. But anyway, looks like we're down to 2 minutes, so I should probably wrap this up. I will do another video soon because I'm going to be tackling the interior, so it should look different next time you see it. But would you, if you're not finding the video easy, if you haven't subscribed, please do that. Subscribe to the video, ring the bell for notifications, then you'll get an email every time I post a video. And I'll talk to you in the next video. This is Steve, and good night.